Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to give you an opportunity to travel down the rabbit hole with me. Please buckle your seatbelts, make sure your tray tables are upright, and that your seats are set upright as we descend head first down into the rabbit hole about these storms. First of all, shout out again to Weatherman Plus, Mark. I'm not using this stuff today because I used Mark's stuff a couple of days. But Mark, thank you for not having a problem with me using your stuff. What the hell? Who is that? That sounds like me. What happened? Hold me down the rabbit hole. Follow me now because I'm a red hot pepper boy. Shake, shake, shake it like a dog. Y'all know nothing about that because y'all not from New Orleans. Follow me now because I'm a red hot pepper boy. Anybody from New Orleans know what I'm talking about. Watch this. So here is the video of the storm, and it's a perfect background for the storm that I'm about to explain to you that is coming. But I'm going to start with this. As a person born and raised in New Orleans who lived through Hurricane Katrina, I want to start by saying I don't believe that people in these areas have come to grips and come to terms with what's about to happen to their lives. Their lives are about to be uprooted and completely destroyed. So let me quickly say a prayer. Lord Jesus Christ, first of all, I want to thank you for being our Lord and Savior, for being the King who sits on the throne, for being the King and priest, for being our salvation and our redemption. I plead your blood over every form of sin, iniquity, and transgression that speaks against to those in the path, to you in the courts of heaven, of those that are in the path of this hurricane. Lord, I ask that you have mercy on them because your word says that your mercy endureth forever and that your mercies are new every day. Lord, please have mercy on these people. I ask this of you. Please show some mercy. Now, with that being said, I am earlier today just having a conversation with the big guy. And I'm like, big guy, I said, hey, I'm going to ask you a question. Sure, son. Why these cities? Why are these cities being targeted by electromagnetic weapons to steer these hurricanes into these cities? And big guy says, hey, why don't you look up the mayors? And so I started to look up the mayors of the cities. And I'm sitting there saying, okay, why you want me to look up the mayor? So let me show you. So I look up the first mayor, right? I look up the mayor. This is the mayor. This is her. Her name is Jane Castor. And I sit there and I look at the picture of Jane, and I look in Jane's eyes, and I want you to look into Jane's eyes. And then I hearken back to Katrina. I harken back to what happened after Katrina, because Katrina was a model, a test run for all of these hurricanes. Remember, after Hurricane Katrina, they came out and they called it the oil storm. They did entire documentaries about the oil storm, which was Hurricane Katrina. And just like this storm, Hurricane Katrina had a skull in the clouds. People have seen the skull in the clouds of this storm. So I told you we're going down a rabbit hole. Follow me now, because I'm a red hot pepper boy. So I'm sitting there saying, well, Lord, why you want me to look at this lady? And so I look to her background, and there's some things there about her that lean towards judgment from the Lord himself, because she's the head of the city. And there's some things about her lifestyle that lead to judgment because people voted for that lifestyle. But that's not the thing that really stood out to me. I'm not even going to get into that. I'm going to leave that for you to discern yourself. But what really got me was when I'm sitting there and I look at her, and then I look at the mayor of Orlando. Now watch this, watch this, watch this. So we got her. Now watch this. Mayors of Orlando. Mayors of Orlando. Orlando, Florida. And I saw this picture of him. Is it going to show it on the screen? Let me see if I can get it big. And I saw Buddy Dyer. Let me see if that's on there for you. And I saw Buddy. And then I'm going to zoom in so you can look in Buddy's eyes. Remember, we see things that others don't see over here on this channel. So then I looked at Buddy. And I'm sitting there saying, boy, something wrong with that Buddy. Look at, boy, something wrong. Let me make it zoom in closer. Let me zoom in for you some more. Like my boy Blue says, zoom in. I need to call and check on my boy Blue down there. And I look, I said, boy, something wrong with Buddy. And then I look, and there's another mayor, it's a dual mayor, they're both Democratic mayors. And I said, hold on. I said, hold up, wait a minute. Wait one damn second. You mean to tell me why they steering hurricanes into democratically run areas? We know the hurricanes are being steered. Somebody say, well, DW, you know what you talking about, they ain't steering no hurricanes. Hold on, let me show you that. Because I'm not going to sit here and just say something without showing you proof, but I need to pause this because to go get this thing, I don't need you looking in my personal business because I got to get it out my email. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So here's the U.S. Doppler radar system that's going off and has been going off the entire time that these storms have been happening. Now, we remember in my previous video when we looked at, I think it was Helena, these radars were going off except for they left a giant gap in between right there at the leg of Florida that let that, right in this area, there was a giant gap that let that storm go straight through there and go up and hit where it hit. Well, there's no gap there right now. Now, simultaneously, while all this is going on, stick with me now. Maybe let me slow down because I might be talking too fast for you. So let me slow down. Slow down. Woosa. A giant woosa. 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 Okay. So we see the radars going off, the electromagnetic frequencies going off that are used to steer these hurricanes. So we've established this. We know they can be steered. We know there's patterns as it pertains to steering these hurricanes. Sidebar note, I want you to know that if you live in these areas, you are being irradiated unlike anything. It's basically like you're in a damn microwave, all right? You're being microwaved. You're a Pop-Tart right now. I'm not a Pop-Tart, a Hot Pocket right now. You're literally being irradiated like a Hot Pocket. You are a Hot Pocket. Okay, slow down. So, another fun fact, all over this area where this radiation was going on, the electromagnetic radiation, batteries started going dead on cars. You can look that up yourself. I'm not going to go find it. But people's car batteries started going dead. In my area, car batteries started going dead as the hurricane passed. And as of right now, you see that it's irradiating in that area because that's where the hurricane is, to keep it going in the direction that it's going. All right, so we've established that somehow, some way, for some reason, this is being steered into Florida. But what doesn't make sense if it's the Department of Defense, which we know who it is, and they're steering it, why would you steer it at your own constituents? And I was saying this a couple of videos ago. I said they don't give a damn about their constituents. But we know that these people practice chaos magic, and they believe you bring order out of chaos. So the thing you have to look for is, where do they get an opportunity to create order? How do they benefit from it? Are you with me? Hello? Are you still with me? If you're with me, say yes. Say, if you're following the logic, say yes. Say yes in the chat. Yes, I'm following the logic. Okay, let's go back over. Let's find homegirl. She ain't up here. We're gonna click back. We're gonna click back. We're gonna click back. Let's go back. Mayor of Orlando or Tampa. Let's get back up. Let's get her picture back up there. We just need her face. Let's just grab one of these. You're gonna die. Let's grab this one. You gonna die. The mayor of Orlando said you gonna die. She ain't lying to you. She ain't lying. I need a picture of her for the sake of this. Let's just hear what she got to say.
This potential storm surge.
Well, I'll just tell you one of my vivid memories from the past with Hurricane Charlie, and we were in the crosshairs for that. And the prediction was 10 to 12 foot storm surge. And I remember the meteorologist saying that the storm surge at 12 feet would crest at I-275. So that is something that you really only see in the movies.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't like my background. I'll be back. Let me make it a little bit more spooky in here, because this is spooky stuff we talk about. Y'all listen to them. I'll be right back.
We don't. That comes up all the time, and
Sade just said this going to end bad. I know Sade.
I've said many times that you want to pick a fight with Mother Nature, she's winning 100% of the time. And individuals that are in these, say you're in a single-story home, 12 feet is above that house. So if you're in it, basically that's the coffin that you're in. And it's just of this magnitude. What we can hope for is that the storm goes a bit south. Don't want to wish anything on our neighbors, but if it went a bit south, that would prevent the storm surge.
Okay, you're very unimpressive. She's very unimpressive. She's extremely unimpressive. However, watch this and follow this logic. We slam a hurricane into an area that will give us the optics that we need. Now, you may be saying, well, DW, that don't make no sense because they're responsible for disaster relief. What is the number one thing, the number one agenda of the Democratic Party right now? The thing that they tout, strong female leadership. If you go back to Hurricane Katrina, if you really go back, at Hurricane Katrina, we had a mayor named Ray Nagin. Ray, in that moment in time, kind of shined. Remember, Ray was on the news saying, tell the federal government they need to get down here and do their damn job and blah, 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 blah. He was ushered and thrusted into the spotlight. On the back of that disaster, he was thrusted into the spotlight. What we're about to see is, these mayors get thrusted into the spotlight. You may be saying, damn, DW, it don't make no sense that they would destroy a whole city to usher people into the spotlight. It make all the sense in the world to me. It make all the damn sense in the world for them to usher them into the spotlight and cause this great controversy where there's this controversy between the Democratic mayors and the Republican governor of the state of Florida. I'll say it again. Expect to see a conflict between the Democratic mayors and the Republican governor of Florida. I did a video and I was saying, look forward to this particular day. I want to say, I think it was the 12th, the day after the devastation hits the news. I think the storm's supposed to hit at 2 o'clock in the morning. When the damn sun rises is when it's on and popping. We're going to go through the phase that we went through with Katrina. Stop, pause, and let me say this. There were some people that were commenting on the last video that I did, and they were saying, well, people don't have money to leave. I'm going to tell you this. You going to wish that you left. You going to regret the decision of not leaving for the rest of your damn life. Because the things you're about to see, the things you're about to experience, the sheer on savagery of a storm of this nature, the storm surge, the fact that you're trapped, and as the resources dwindle and you don't have what you need and the power's out, you gonna regret not going and sitting somewhere where you're comfortable. You'd have did better going to a check cashing place and getting a loan against your next paycheck than sitting in that city, than sitting in your house. Because least case scenario, not the worst case scenario, the best case scenario is this. The power's out, you're not flooded, you got some roof damage where you got your roof leaking, maybe a couple of trees down, but you can't leave, you can't go nowhere because the whole area is inundated with water. If you go back to Hurricane Katrina and look at what happened during Katrina, in fact, why am I keep telling you this? Let me just go show you. I can show you because people have short memories. Hurricane Katrina. Let's go look. This is what New Orleans looked like after Hurricane Katrina. With the epic storm surge. Well, technically they blew the levees, but nonetheless, this is what the city looked like when it was surrounded with water. Now, New Orleans is a bowl, absolutely it is, but irregardless, this is what the damn city looked like. This is what you're gonna be dealing with. This is what you're finna be dealing with. You finna be dealing with stuff that you never contemplated. You're gonna be dealing with stuff like this. You're gonna be dealing with stuff like this. Now, I want you to understand something. You're gonna see a whole bunch of black folk. This ain't even doing no justice. We doing this live. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna keep on doing. We're doing it live. Screw it. We do it live. We're doing it live. We're gonna find it. Somebody need to do the. Here we go. Here go the justice that we need done. This is what you about to see. George Bush crazy behind. George Bush don't like black people. They should show Kanye West checking him. But I want you to see the devastation. This is the type of stuff you're about to encounter. And then there's people on the news who are saying that, or people on social media saying, well, I'm on high ground and I think I'll be fine. No, you don't understand. All of this debris pushes up towards the high ground. And then the people come to the high ground because they need some place to get away from all the debris and all the destruction, so they come to the high ground. And so now if you ain't got them blickies, then you're going to have a problem on your hands, because there is no law and order. The police can't get to you, homie. If you don't have the blicky, then you're going to get blicked. And this is why I say you need to get the hell up out of there. Well, you needed to get the hell up out of there. But let's keep on looking. So we can just bring it back to memory what the hell it looked like. They keep on showing the politicians. They did a terrible job. Where is the devastation? Nobody wants to show the devastation anymore. You get the damn point of what I'm trying to make. You get the point I am trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is you should have left. But the overarching point I'm making is, out of this disaster, the phoenix that's going to try and rise from the ashes is going to be Democratic mayors that they thrust into the spotlight. And those Democratic mayors are going to try and be thrust into the spotlight to make attacks that they hope, because you see black people drowning. Oh, I didn't mention that, huh? I didn't mention the fact that their constituents going to drown and they're going to be all over the news. Don't. You may be saying, well, DW, I don't think you're telling the truth. Wait for it. Like my boy Sean Spencer said on Psych, and Gus Burton. Wait for it. You're going to see people drowning. You're going to see people floating in the water. You're going to see the devastation. And the news cameras going to focus on the people of color. And then they're going to go into their thing about equity in disasters. Well, mind you, people in the mountains is dying. Equity in disasters. They'll send some aid and some resources. Equity, that's why they lined it up. Kamala Harris is talking about equity and diversity in disasters to further racially divide the country, because they think this is going to work going into the election. But here's where the trap is. They want other people that are not of color to come out and say, hey, it's messed up how y'all messing over the black people, the minorities, and this. They don't get what's about to happen. Is people gonna say, man, y'all messed up, dog. How y'all messed up? People gonna see it for what it is. Are you smelling what I'm cooking? No, y'all not getting it. Maybe. You gotta think like an evil person. And you gotta think like an evil person with only 26 days to sway public's opinion. They only got 26 days to get people to come in line. Now, of course, they can say Florida got ravaged. We're going to cancel the election because people in Florida didn't get a chance to vote. They can go that angle. I don't think that's going to work, but that's one angle. But if you want to sway think about what Katrina did to public perception. Think about what Katrina did to race relations in the nation. It worked perfectly because you had a Republican, George Bush, who was a damn idiot, that said, fool me once, it's on you. Fool me twice, won't fool me again. He was a dummy. We got another damn dummy now. The difference is they taking this shot. I've already established that it's been steered. Now, if you can see something else that I don't see, please feel free to put it in the comments. People are saying they're going to do a 15-minute city, and that may be the outcome of this. They may just want to redo the city and wipe it out, make it a 15-minute city. That may be the outcome of it. That may be one of the many outcomes that come out of the chaos that they've created. But I'm telling you one thing, from a political perspective, this ushers people into the spotlight who have never and never would be in the spotlight. Ray Nagin was ushered into the spotlight, and Ray Nagin would have been a very powerful politician, except for the FBI took him down. Years after Katrina, they took him down. Democrat was taken down by the FBI because he said New Orleans will be a chocolate city again. After he said that, done deal. You're going down, Ray, because we need New Orleans to be our new New Orleans. There was a plan for the new New Orleans. Whatever. We're not going to go there. Now, if you can go out and you can find a new Tampa plan or a new Orlando plan, where there's a plan, and it was public, the new Orleans plan was public. If you can find a new Tampa plan, a new Orlando plan, then that's what they're doing. It's going to be a 15-minute city. If you can find that, then you're on the right track. I know there was a new Orleans plan. New Orleans never became a 15-minute city. You can't make it a 15-minute city. They try to move people out of New Orleans. The violence is still there. The blood is there. The crime is there. It's generational. It's generational. Murder, death, and mayhem. Generational. You ain't getting rid of it. I'm done. I'm done. My brain hurts trying to explain it. I'm hoping you're getting it. But we know it's weather weapons. We know they have the ability to do it. And we know they're slamming into their own constituents. And if you are a Democratic constituent and you haven't come to the realization that you to them are expendable, you about to learn today. You gonna learn today that you are expendable, and you got to tell Diddy and Kamala no. You got to tell Kamala no, and you got, just like you got to tell Diddy no, you got to tell Kamala no. I'm sorry, you got to tell her no, man. You got to tell her no.